Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. So today we are doing a flat that's not in like a typical lot for apartments or anything, but I thought it'd be quite nice just to do a little flat, a flat that I should hope one day to grace myself with having one, but who knows in this situation we are in at the moment. But I'm gonna make one anyway. It's The Sims. I can live vicariously. Even though in The Sims you could probably build yourself a better, more generous and better thing. But we're being realistic, we're being modest, we're being humble. If you can hear any drilling, my stupid next door neighbours have decided to put up a marble fireplace in their tiny house because they're a bit idiots, and invited someone in to put it up for them. And it's a relation, so a great lockdown, abiding by most people in my road, but I shall not talk about that. This video was supposed to go up last week. That never happened because I have had no literal time to do anything. not even some of my work. So that's a thing that's happening at the moment, and I've had a wonderful headache to accompany that as well, so that has been marvelously fun. But you actually get to see me put in the wallpapers and floors in this build because I actually haven't built anything. This is I've actually put it in one of the townhouses that I have built over the years of having The Sims. So it's in one of here, and we're gonna start off with the living and kitchen area. So it's basically a tiny home, but a flat, which is basically London anyway. But because Sims objects are about twice or three times the size of any normal object that exists in the real world, it takes up a little bit more space, so it's probably a little bit more cramped than in reality, but it kind of works, and we're trying to fit in a few various bits and pieces so it actually is somewhat a normal kitchen. I kept trying to I wanted a sink in the kitchen, and looking back I should have just put an actual tiny living sink in that space because it would have fit. But we're gonna go for a sink that you can't use, so you just have to wash up in the bathroom, which seems to be basically what The Sims do anyway. We've got a few bits of cupboards. We've just got a nice like Smeg fridge, pretending to have a Smeg fridge, and we've got some nice traditional tiles. There looks like it's glitched. Which is, I hadn't noticed that before. Wow, those tiles have actually, whether they've glitched back into existence or not. No, they're different. Oh, how bizarre. But we're gonna use lots of move object stuff because we've put some shelves up on the wall as well, because obviously we need some sort of storage in here because it is tiny. We got a few seats, and I actually tested this house as well, so the only thing that literally doesn't work in here is that sink in the kitchen. Everything else is fully functioning, even the things we put in the little second room work as well perfectly well. Can get in and out, and obviously lots of move objects in here to actually get stuff onto the shelves and into corners, and making sure that everything fits in and stuff. So having to cover up, a little trick, if you cover up all the little slots on your work surfaces below, it means you can actually use move objects to put stuff on shelves and stuff if you're having them over things. We also got to have a look at the build buy and the cast stuff for eco living stuff. That's expansion pack that's coming out next week, and I think some of the building stuff will be cool for very specific builds. There's some nice stuff in there, but then there's other things you're just like, that's like, yeah, I like industrial stuff, but there's only so many builds you can do that include that style. And when when I was watching stuff for the like world and stuff like that. It's kind of like we have so many houses and stuff, and I know it changes to do with whether you've like zhuzhed it up and made it look pretty and stuff like that, but the amount of lots we get in these worlds are a little bit lackluster. It's just like, how are we supposed to like populate the town with like our own stamp on it if we only get like I think it's like 2 buildable lots, 2 apartments, and a community lot, which we can change, thank God, because some of them are cool, but like it's very sparse, and I know they do that for a reason, because they don't like using move objects and stuff to place stuff, and it needs to be base game and that pack only friendly, but it's like, come on. Come on, Sims, come on. And like the houses, there's always stuff wrong with the houses that they build, and you're always wanting to demolish them. It's quite nice that the neighborhood like all looks the same, but it's kind of like, if you're gonna renovate, like improve the town, I don't know, obviously we haven't seen it yet, but how does your own lot change if all the others around it are now like eco with green roofs and looking really modern, and then yours is like stuck in the thing? I do like the fact that you can pick what lot the community space is, because that'd be quite fun. They'll never do this, but if you could have different states on your actual build, so you can build a house that looks really like full of junk, and you've let it go to waste, you've not paid your bills on time, things are falling apart because you've not done maintenance and stuff like that. So you have like that kind of state, and then you've got another state where it's like really like super fancy or something like that. But that'd be quite fun to actually have different states and how you play the game, and whether it becomes more rough the more bad stuff you do, or it becomes more green and lush and stuff the more good stuff you do. I don't know, but it's an interesting idea which we'll probably never see again. I do like the fact that the off the grid trait is actually going to be used properly. Oh my god, we should have had these stuff in Island Living, like, because we had the whole conservation career. They could have combined these 2 packs together and had an industrial harbour in Island Living, and we could have gone and cleaned it up, made it look nice, had all the other features that are in this pack and just merged them together. So you could either be like the marine conservation-y stuff, or you could be this eco sort of warrior type person who's making candles and crafting their own furniture. But obviously the 2 aesthetics don't really go, but then they could have had a more industrial built up part of the island that was a bit more like modern, quote unquote, and had the more rural stuff the further out into the other island you got. Who knows? But I think that was probably money making ideas. We'll split them up and do it that way. Now we're actually in the bedroom after I've had my rant, which looks really like cramped in with the ginormous beds that we have. But we've got like bookcases, obviously fireplaces. You have to have a fireplace if you live in London. That is a must, just so you can have the aesthetic. We've got nice blue stuff. We've got a vanity in here and stuff, but it's cute and small. I can just put loads of house plants on the fireplace as well. They're all floating because it was really hard to build in this tighter space. We've got pictures up as well, some leaves, obviously, because we've got to get all the leaves and stuff. But it's a nice space if you're just having a bedroom. What else was I gonna say? got so much, like doing so much but not actually doing anything. Lockdown. I got a new office chair that my parents got from work because they were clearing out a load of stuff because they're moving floors. So free chair, got an actual proper swivel rolly wheelchair now that is not extraordinarily uncomfortable, and I can actually rest my arms and stuff on it, so that is fun. Actually use it as a proper desk chair and not have to sit on a hard surface for hours while building. And this is our little bathroom, which is like tucked down this little corridor area. We've also got like a laundry basket if I was able to fit in a washing machine. You could probably do some stuff outside, but it's quite a spacious bathroom considering the size of this place. We've obviously got a built-in tub and shower because that fits like perfectly in that space as well, using a lot of obviously the tiny living stuff in here because that fits in super nicely, and we mixed it in with I think that's the Seasons one, which fits in quite nicely with the same colours because I wanted to go for the same tones, and that's always fun. That is one of the good things in the new pack. It does look as though we actually have some good matching objects and furnitures and stuff. There's one item that I'm looking forward to having. It's like a black metal. It's got like black metal on it, and it's got shelves, and there's like a proper shelving unit as well, and it's so nice, and it's like, yes, I want this. You see it in like heels and stuff like that at the moment, so it's just like very on trend at the moment. I don't know how on trend it will be in a couple of years time, but we'll probably have a new like Sims 5 by then if we're finally allowed to leave. Did a lot of detail and stuff in this bathroom. I like put the toothbrushes at the back of the sink and a little hand soap as well. My throat is going because all the grass pollen and stuff is coming out, so it's just like now everyone's gonna think I've got something because I'll be like streaming and coughing and like all stuffed up because I've got hay fever rather than anything else. This is about this time last year when I was like properly like, there was just one solid week where I had like ridiculous hay fever. It was awful, absolutely awful. And then this is our back bedroom, so this is kind of like a guest work space, so I thought it'd be perfect to put a Morphe bed in here, so then we actually had like a double functioning space if Sims were actually allowed to have people over to stay. You could put the bed down and have them sleep over, or you could just use it as a second space. So we've got the gaming PC, we've got the gaming chair, obviously a Sims poster, and an easel in the corner as well. And then we've kind of got this nice dark blue in here just to make it a little bit different to the rest of it. We've also got a slidey door in here to go out into our little terrace, because this is pretending that it's a top floor part of the flat, so it'd be a townhouse that they've changed into apartments, or flats as we like to call them. Obviously you gotta have a bike, have a little ride round, and our little entranceway. So the door is actually downstairs, so if you like block people off, and then out on the balcony we've just got barbecue, we've got a few pots and stuff, and we're going to put in a corner seat, and I think that's about it, and some more plants, because I realised those the pots were just too big to like put in. We have to have a little table as well. I don't know how that sofa would cope with being outside. It'd be like really soggy to sit on. And I use these fence things from Get Famous to actually make a little wooden trellis to like block off the thing, and then we're pretending that we're going to grow stuff, having stuff growing inside. So we've got a little bit of a green wall, and it also adds to like the half wall, having a little fence at the top. So we've got a little bit of a privacy. We've got some ivy growing up the side as well, which always looks nice. And then I was trying to get the fairy lights to work, and I was just like, they are the most ridiculous object to try and actually get into place. I think I give up on the end. I was just like, it's so ridiculous to try and do. And then obviously we have to have a bin, so I just shove those downstairs. It's like communal bins, done. I think the mailbox actually gets like shoved inside because obviously we don't have like that sort of stuff in the UK. We just get it shoved through our door like normal people. So the mailbox is indoors, and put a few plants and stuff about. I actually put some of the plants actually in the pots, which I thought was quite fun, just to unify them a bit and make them look as though like they're a bit like you've planted them yourself instead of buying like 5 different pots and stuff. So we got some nice green areas. We've got a little bit of fake grass about the place as well, and then we just put in a few, I think, a mirror and a few paintings and stuff in the hallway, because it's a bit of an awkward space, the hallway. There's like a nice little entrance bit where you can put like your keys and your mail and your coats and shoes and your bike and stuff like that, and then the rest of it is just like a hallway. What do you do in a hallway except put pictures and stuff up in it, and obviously have a nice big mirror at the end. We've got like documents underneath as well, so it's a good filing, and our umbrellas, of course, because of course it's going to rain, except when you're trapped in lockdown for how many months and it's the most sunny, non-wet few months in history. So I thought it'd be quite nice to actually have a tour as well, which is super hard to do because this is like on the top floor. So this is our entranceway going into our living area. So we've got our fireplace, our TV, gotta watch your soaps, and they're coming back finally going back to recording stuff. And into our bedroom. You can actually get into the bed. I tested it. It's all good. Our pot plants everywhere, and we have some lovely battered doors as well, because you can imagine that it's been used before. The bathroom was so hard to get stuff in. There'll be screenshots as well at the end, because I'm not that mean. And then our little back guest bedroom, office space, and that will fit nicely as well. And then our outdoor space, which would be super nice, and you can have the door open at the back as well. So here's our little layout. It's not that much, and then here are our screenshots. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a like, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.